Um, we did not discuss the issue of the hawks because, in our view, it is just an act of desperation. So we'll deal with it as such. Here is an act of desperation, which is something that Zizi, as the spokesperson of the Youth League in the run-up to 2007 conference, always talked to. The question of state institutions getting into the political terrain. It is always dangerous. Not only for the ANC, it is dangerous for the institution themselves. So we didn't discuss it. It's an act of desperation. Tensions within the ANC. One of the things that we are spending a lot of time discussing is the importance of unity and cohesion of the ANC. In our view, the ANC can only make a big difference if it is united and is cohesive. A divided ANC, degrees of tensions are not to the advantage of the ANC. That's a view that features in all the discussion of the structures of the ANC. And we're spending a lot of time discussing the matter. Judicial Commission of Inquiry, there are quite a number of questions in this regard. Our view is that the report of the public must actually make a remedial action that a commission of inquiry, judicial commission of inquiry, be appointed. That's it. When it starts to say who should be that, who will work with what, for example, that report says the Chief Justice should appoint the judge. It goes further to say that judge must appoint the team he will work with. Now, the problem with that is the remedial action constitutes a commission which is prescribed by the Constitution on how it is appointed. That is our question, and we're hoping that people who take the report on review will have to clarify that point. That goes to the appointment of Justice Mseneke, the retired judge. I don't know who have appointed retired Judge Mseneke to chair that commission. That talks to the point we're talking to, that once you make a remedial action that is open for all interpretation, it means anybody else will begin to pronounce who should be the judge, who should chair the commission. It's unfortunate that people are throwing the name of retired Judge Mseneke into that pool at a stage where there is a debate about the constitution of the commission itself, because doing that is actually beginning to throw mud at Judge Mseneke, because who chooses him? What is the intention? What do they want to achieve? Then you raise those questions. Instead of leaving it to be set up, if he's appointed, well and good. That's it. In the normal course of putting together the Judicial Commission of Inquiry. Now, let me share with you one piece of information that actually, for people who followed issues, get worried. You know, after the elections, the local government elections, we discussed coalitions. In engaging with the EFF, they made a recommendation that there should be a commission of inquiry on the Guptas. We said, why not a commission of inquiry on state capture? And if you look into the outcome of this report, it is a commission of inquiry on the Guptas. That coincidence is an issue that we are noting, we are looking very close to it. What is happening here? What is at play here? And the drive to say the president must not be involved in setting up a judicial commission of inquiry, though the Constitution empowers him to do so, talks to this question. What is at play here? I want to leave it at that. The last question is leaking the Mbeki report letter. Comrade Mbeki responds to that leaking. He says he gave the letter to us here. I can confirm that both my copy and the president letter was delivered to me. Okay. And I facilitated the delivery of that letter to the president when he returned from Zimbabwe. By the time that letter was an open letter out there. But there's another issue that is added there that nobody elaborates. He says, I also gave a copy to Comrade Wali Serote as the chairperson of the Veterans Initiative. And therefore the letter went to the initiative of the veterans as well. So it's not a letter that was delivered here only. It was a letter delivered here, we kept it, the president received it. By the time he received it, he had already read it as an open letter from Harare. Now, and it is distributed beyond us. And I'm not accusing Comrade Wali of leaking the letter, but I'm imagining a situation of this letter go to the chairman of the initiative, it gets distributed among key leaders who are coordinating that initiative. Once it goes beyond that, it is a free-for-all. Anybody can leak it. And a person who is almost acting as a secretary there is Reverend Chikane. Every letter he has sent to us, he has released to the media. I'm not accusing him of that now, but I'm saying, I'm indicating all the possibilities with that letter. But we don't think it is correct for writing a letter to your successor and that letter ends up in the media. That's all we're saying, is that Comrade Mbeki must advise Comrade Zuma quietly and even meet him, if need be, and engage him on one-on-one, and that advice will help the ANC. But if that advice in the media, for example, in the social media, we ask a question, don't complain about the link of the letter, engage the content of the letter. Now, the expectation is that we must go public and engage the content of the letter, which we're not going to do. We're not going to do. All we're going to do is to meet the veterans as the NWC of the ANC on a date to be determined.